may initial na po bang lumalabas na possible causes of that fire?
Wala pa po, Madam Chair.
Wala pa rin. Eh di ba last year may nasunog na rin na isa pang DPWH office? Hindi ako nagkakamali doon sa Quezon City.
Yes
dito
po,
sa
yun
Metro
po yung
Manila. So,
Bureau of Research and Standards.
yes
Madam
po.
Chair.
So, bakit hindi po tayo mas nag-ingat pagkatapos? Kasi sa halip na mapigilang maulit ang isang Quezon City DPWH, naulit pa nga, DPWH Baguio naman. And these are two areas na lumalabas dito sa Blue Ribbon investigation namin.
And it appears that wala naman pong sensitive documents and all of which we have copies of.
Okay, so mali ba si Mayor Magalong? Dahil sinabi nilang sensitive documents ang nawala. Na-reassure nyo na ba sila na those are not sensitive at may kopya po kayo?
Yes, Madam Chair. We have a list here and we have the copies that we can submit to the honorable body po.
Please do through our chair. At may investigation po bang underway din ang department para matukoy either kung sino ang nagsunog sa opisina or at least paanong nasunog yung opisinang yon?
Yes, Madam Chair. We have sent a team the past week nung nangyari po yung incident and they are working closely with the BFP to determine the cause of the fire, Madam Chair. Kaya po patuloy po ang aming investigasyon to find out po ang actual cause. We don't want to speculate as of the moment, but at least po we can assure everyone that all the documents are accounted for and there are no sensitive documents that are affected. In fact, puro po itong mga lumang dokumento po.
I can appreciate that po, Mr. Chair, pero of course hindi natin masisi yung publiko na mag-speculate nga. May mga precautionary measures ba na ginagawa ang department para wala nang sumunod pa na mga misteryosong pagsunog ng mga DPWH office, lalo na sa mga area na sumasailalim na sa magnifying glass ng Blue Ribbon at ng ibang investigating bodies?
Well, Madam Chair, as of the moment po, at the very least when we came in, yun nga po, lahat po ng documents, we require them to be scanned and to have copies of. No? Of course, ito pong sunog, supposedly meron naman po tayong mga standards to avoid fire. However, of course, di po namin maiwasan kung meron nga po mga ganitong insidente. So, ang mga gawa lang po namin is to secure the documents, ensure that we have copies, and that all are accounted for in the event that meron pong ganitong mga mangyayaring insidente.
Okay, salamat po, Mr. Chair. Of course, never naman na walang magagawa ang department para maiwasan o mapigilan ito. So, I hope that the department will continue to be proactive, preserve. Hindi lang siya of public value at ordinary times, pero lalo na ngayon na talagang bunga nung sumabog na issue ng flood control and other projects, scandals na di pa nga tayong lahat tapos na mag-imbestiga. Gusto nating ibalik yung tiwala ng publiko sa kami, concerned kami sa legislature and I'm presuming kayo sa executive. So sana you will continue to think of and implement more preventive measures to at least one question sa DOJ, maybe kay PG Fadulion. So kasi kanina po, sir, pinag-uusapan natin yung mga parallel investigations na hopefully nagko-complement sa isa't isa at napipigilan na kung may delay man or may reversal on one track, at least tuloy-tuloy yung isa pa. So, kumbaga, nagtutulungan. So, ano pong koordinasyon meron ang DOJ sa DPWH din, sa ICI, sa Office of the Ombudsman para siguruhin coherent po yung mga investigasyon ninyo at yung buong investigasyon ng executive at yung talagang dapat na masingil ang accountability, sila po'y talagang masisingil.
Okay, Mr. Chair, insofar as yung coordination po, we have a task force which addresses particularly itong sa flood control, which I head, together with other prosecutors in the department. And in this, in the deliberations that we have, involved po lagi ang ICI. We always inform them about the meeting so that they are apprised also of any cases that we are investigating, of any cases that we are filing. Now, if there are certain things that we need also naman, let's say documentary evidence that we need from the DPWH, we go straight to the DPWH as they have representatives who constantly attend the meetings. Insofar as the Office of the Ombudsman, when there are cases that we are investigating and we refer to them, nag-uusap na naman po kami na itong kaso na to, i-covered na po ng department. So most likely, hindi na po yan itatouch yung project na yan. Iba naman po. Para lang hindi po maging doble yung galaw. And then, if for example, if there is, if it is discovered later on that there are certain overlaps, we sit down and talk about it just to make sure that there will be no confusion pagdating ho dun sa resolution na magkakaroon po ng conflict din naman. Kasi nauna na nga po yung, let's say, nauna na yung ombudsman or nauna na ang DOJ. And this extends all the way up to the prosecution. Kasi even in the prosecution of cases, the Department of Justice may be deputized by the Office of the Ombudsman to handle the cases. And as in fact, by way of example, the case as against Sara Diskaya, which is now pending before the court in Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu, is being handled by prosecutors from the Ombudsman in the office, Ombudsman Mindanao and Ombudsman Visayas. But the Department of Justice prosecutors are also there to provide assistance or to collaborate with the lawyers of the Office of the Ombudsman, just to make sure that we're on the same page po.
So, yun pala, no? May maibibigay ba kayong status nung proseso laban kay Sara Diskaya dito sa aming komite?
Well, what we know, Madam, Mr. Chair, is that there were hearings that were already conducted, and that there were certain incidents that were raised also. Among them was to have to question the authority of the court that issued the warrant, saying that the court did not have jurisdiction to issue the warrant of arrest. But I think that was also addressed considering the fact that the transfer of the case, well, the case was initially filed in Davao, but because of the creation of the Supreme Court of Anti-Corruption Courts, no, designating Lapu-Lapu City and Dumaguete, doon kaya po nailipat doon. So I think that issue was also resolved. There was also a request which was made by the accused in that case to have the case remanded or transferred back to Davao, but which the court also denied in an order that it issued late last week. So sa ngayon po, hindi pa lang po namin, pinababantayan po namin ngayon dun sa prosecutors namin, makipag-coordinate po dun sa ombudsman prosecutors para sa mga susunod na hakbang na mangyayari, kung kailan po matutuloy yung arraignment and how the other incidents are being resolved po.
And correct me if I'm wrong, PG, Ms. Diskaya actually surrendered, ano po? Even before the warrant was issued? Tama po ba yan?
That is correct po, ma'am. I don't think surrender would be the correct term, but she submitted herself to the jurisdiction of to the NBI for her own protection. And then when yung warrants of arrest lumabas na po, doon na po isinerve sa kanya. At yun po ang naging dahilan kung bakit siya nadala sa Cebu City, sa Lapu-Lapu po.
I stand corrected. Salamat para dun sa correction. You mentioned, sir, for her own protection. Anong ibig niyong sabihin doon?
Well, yun po ang binigay na dahilan kasi tinatanong po namin yung NBI noon, what is she surrendering for when there were no cases yet? No? So, I think yun yung binigay na dahilan sa amin for parang protective custody. Okay, so hindi mo naman pwedeng tanggihan po kung humihingi ng protective custody yung tao. Kaya lang po, nung dumating na sa punto na ilalabas na nga po yung, o lumabas na nga po yung warrant, wala rin naman pong gawa ang ating mga taga-NBI kung hindi ipatupad yung warrant at iserve sa kanya.
Kahit masakit marinig ng lahat ng mga sektor na iniimbestiga ng aming komite or lumabas sa mga testimonies ng mga resource persons, pwede niyo po bang kaming bigyan ng rundown ng mga kinasuhan na at mga posibleng makasuhan halimbawa sa susunod na linggo?
You may respond and incidentally, yung time nyo expired
Yes,
na.
thank you, Mr.
You
Chair.
may
I can
answer.
reserve the... thank you, Mr. Chair.
If, Mr. Chair, if you will allow, I can just submit a list to the good senator, just so that all the names of those who have been charged, who are under investigation, and who will be the subject of preliminary investigations will be brought to your attention po.
Please do so to our chair for the whole committee. Salamat po, PG.
Yes.
Salamat, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.